as a salesperson, what is it that you need to know about technology and artificial intelligence that's going to disrupt your service or products and cause some issues for you? I'm Sylvan Bell. I'm coming to you live from the North Shore of Oahu. I am at Sharks Cove on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about business, even though it's raining outside. It's a Hawaiian rain, you know, a little bit of breeze, a little bit of rain, but that's still cool, better than sitting at a desk. So here's what you need to know. If somebody is willing to be paid less, and I know that like this is the whole rub, but you know, everybody's always willing to be paid less. But like, think about this. You know, when you take a look, call centers 20 years ago, everybody looked around like, yeah, it's a call center, I don't have to worry about it. And then it started getting outsourced overseas, and then everybody started worrying about it. And one of the things that I really want to talk to you about in this video is if you do a lot of paperwork and there's not like a physical craft in your job, there is the possibility of outsourcing that, not just to technology, but maybe to a third world country where they do 90% of the work. And then when they're done with the work, they email it over to a professional in the country that you're in, and they look it over and they're like, yep, I did all the work, but they didn't. And they sign off on it and they say that everything's good. And you know, this is what's happened in the law business, where you got the people who are up and coming, the paralegals. They're typically the ones that do all the work. Those are hardworking people because they're the ones looking up all the statutes. They're the one looking up everything. And then what happens is as the attorneys go up, they're like, hey, you know, I'm charging $500 an hour or $1,000 an hour. I can have my paralegal do this at $300 or $500, whatever way you want to have done. Or I could do it the same task, right? It's the same type of model. I'm not saying it's the same exact thing. It's the same type of model. You know, you have somebody do most of the work. The other person looks at it, signs it off, and calls it good. And, you know, as a salesperson, you should really be considering that maybe, I don't know what industry you're in, I don't know what you do, but maybe computers automate what you do, and then they have one sales guy on the floor who goes through and he looks at the contract and says, since I'm here and I'm the physical guy, I got to be the one that signs it. Now think about this. If 90% of the work is done by a computer, then why would they pay profit or commissions to a salesperson if in their mind they look at it and like all you're doing is just going through and arbitrarily looking at all the numbers and making sure that everything's good. We don't need to pay you a pile of money. If you want this job, here's the salary that we're going to pay you. And eventually someone's going to look and go, I'll take it, right? They don't, for whatever reason, I'm not going to judge, but they'll look and they'll go, I'll take it. And it started raining a little bit more. If my lens gets a little bit blurry, it's because there's water on the lens. We'll deal with it. So your industry may be primed for disruption if that's going to happen. So pay attention to it, right? If the paperwork can be done by somebody else and outsourced and then figured out elsewhere, your industry is primed for disruption. You could be heading for trouble. It could be some issues for you, okay? So you got one thing to do from here, just one thing. Find the subscribe button and click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update that says Scott Bell Consultant sent out a video. You should check it out, which you should. We'll see you soon. Aloha.